everyone. Alright everyone, welcome once again to my channel. My name is Chief Friend. Today let's talk about imported husbands. The fear of imported husbands by most ladies in diaspora. When you talk about imported husbands, it starts to be with ladies who stay in different places, in different countries like in Europe, US, picking a husband from Nigeria or from any of the African countries and bringing the man abroad. And by so doing, they also take the expenses involved. I think it sounded so easy doing something like that, having to bring in a man from any of the African countries and settle with a man abroad. But then, if this is as easy as it has sounded, why are there so many single ladies abroad? Ladies who have come of age, ladies in their late 30s, in their 40s, early 40s or mid 40s, still struggling to settle down, still struggling to spend their money on the men, bringing them over. It's quite expensive, having to pay all the bills and go through all the financial processes involved. Bringing a man over to any of the countries in abroad, it's not something easy, but then it's something money can solve. And a lot of these single ladies abroad, they have made it, they've got the money, they've got the resources. Some of them are nurses, some of them have good jobs abroad, so they can easily bring up somebody. But why are they still single? Why do you think that they do not want to take that step? They do not want to involve themselves in such risk? Because it's a risk of bringing someone from Africa to Europe or the US. However, I know of two friends of mine way back in the UK when I was studying in the UK. They took the bull by the horn by bringing in their own men from Africa, Nigeria precisely. They paid all the bills required. In fact, the relationship was something funny. At first, when one was talking to me, when one was talking to me about her relationship with someone in Nigeria, I was scared because I know it's a risk. Though everything you do in life, it's risk. There are a lot of risks involved in so many things we do in life, but sometimes we simply have to do that to get going. So when one was talking to me about her love adventure with someone in Nigeria, I got scared because within a short space of time, like about 1 to 2 months, oh my gosh, she was overboard. She was just constantly talking about this young man. Even at work, I meet her when we go for night shift, day shift, she was just talking about this young man to the extent she wants to send money to this young man to buy landed property. I was like, girl, don't involve into something that you come crying on my shoulders tomorrow. Think about your actions, think about what you're doing. You haven't met this guy for the first time. Just watch him, get married to him first. Like you said that you guys are planning to get married, why not take that step first before you start investing? You know what? After some time, she actually, did some paper arrangements for this guy, but she has to travel to Nigeria for a court marriage. So they wedded in Lagos, Nigeria, and they came over to England. Currently, they are happily married, to be frank. They have one baby already. They have not been communicating with them, and it worked out well for them. And the other person too did the same, and they are living okay. But I know a lot of single ladies out there who are just complaining and are afraid of taking this bold step, So I don't really know if you think that gambling is what's dabbling into it, or should they just stay? I don't know, because a lot of them are not happy. They would simply tell you that they need a man in their life. They would always tell you that they need someone in their life. They need a man figure in their lives. They need a support, But then they are still afraid of taking that bold step, because by the time that they bring in these men from Africa, like a lot of the incidences I've learned, some said bringing a man abroad or importing a husband abroad is a big risk, that sometimes the man would leave them for a different woman out there. And some of these men, they already have their families in Nigeria, they already got wives and kids, and they would still come over abroad and still be dating the ones they kept in Nigeria. So it's just like the same thing that happens when some of the black men came over to marry the whites. Some already have their wives, some do not have their wives. Yes, some are honest, I must confess. But you know, people tend to generalize when things happen. People tend to suspect that everybody is the same, but everybody is not same, you know. Moreover, a lot of them have experienced heartbreaks from most of these men, so they don't want to gamble and take the chances again. One of my friends was talking to me the other day about her friend that she is almost 45. On her birthday, everybody gathered. After the party celebration, she went into her room. She was just drinking, binge drinking, you know. When she approached her, she was like, what is this life for? That she's got all the money because she's working as a nurse. She got all the money, no husband, no boyfriend, no children. What is this life all about? You know, somebody like that could easily import a husband, you know, fall in love with someone in Africa, and then take the bills, bring the person over to Europe, and you know, start having a happy relationship, a happy life with such a person. But the issue is this: is it worth doing? Wouldn't she regret if she gambled into such? You know, because currently in a place like Nigeria, everybody wants to run away. Every man there, every woman, every teen, talk more of adults, everyone wants to run out of the country, you know. So if you approach anybody online, definitely the person would fall for you, hence you are in Europe, because the person wants a way to come over. But what I want to stress in this video is this: there is no harm trying out something. Take a risk and see how it works. You know, you can, even people who marry on a normal circumstances, people who dated for years in their younger age, let's say in the late 20s and early 30s, they got married. Sometimes sometimes their relationship do not work out well. They might have discrepancies, loggerhead in their union, you know. Sometimes you might run into couple who did not even date for a long period of time, but their marriage, their relationship is just working out very well, as if they've known each other for years, you know. So I don't know, I think it is wise you take the risk and see how it works. If it doesn't work out, you fashion it, you go to the next person. I think this is how life should be, you know. Don't just lock yourself up feeling terrible, feeling sad that you don't have a man in your life, you're making money, you don't have children, you don't have debt. Why not show someone love out there? Import the person from any country in Africa and see how it works. All right, I think I would say that when you speak with someone for the first time, second time on social media, you know, either by phone, SMS, whatever means of communication you guys are using, for the first, second and third time, you should be able to determine what kind of person the man is, you know, by the way the person talks, relates with issues, discusses topics of your discussion. You should be able to determine the person's makeup, ideology, social life and all that. Yes, so you might want to try that out, other than killing yourself in isolation, you know. Though currently everyone is going through compulsory isolation worldwide, so I think it's something that you should consider trying out. I know it's a big damn risk, but then other than staying and whiling and, you know, complaining and thinking of the negative ways and regretting beating your life all the time, why not give it a try? If it works out well, good. If it doesn't, you let go and move on. Yeah. All right, so I wouldn't just know what's your take on this issue, the fear of imported husbands. What advice are you giving to these young ladies in diaspora who have come of age, and within them they sincerely need a man, but they are scared of importing a man or having a relationship with someone who is not within the same country or where they are staying? What advice do you have for them, please? Thanks so much for your time. Remember, my name is Chief Friend, and if this is your first time on my channel, please do not forget to hit the red subscribe button, like, comment, and then turn on the notification bell so that you'll be the first to notify whenever I upload a video. Thank you.